Thor Love and Thunder is no longer new, but it is new-ish, new enough, right? And we did get a Lego kit. This is the GOAT boat, the greatest of all time boat. That must be what it stands for. With Thor, it comes with quite a few characters. We have Mighty Thor, which is what they call Jane Foster's Thor. We have Thor himself from Thor's Day. We have King Valkyrie, Korg, and of course Gore. They are all here today in their full cinematic glory. We're going to be putting this together and talking about it, reviewing it, I guess, and taking a look at it. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content. A lot of people have not been seeing our videos lately. We upload all the time on both channels here and over on Degenerate Plays. And there's lots of ways to support our channel down in the description if you enjoy it. So thank you very much. Let's hop right into it.
Yay, Lego time!
That was motion sickness.
Yay!
So I do want to say real quick, I complain about this every time. That will never end. It's a patented J move when it comes to Legos. I hate these stickers. Let's take, so when I was a kid, right, they used to actually print these things onto all of the pieces.
They still do on the Minecraft Legos.
Do they? I'm surprised because they don't on almost any others. Like Star Wars, this, a lot of these you have to just put all these on. And what sucks about them is, one, I have shaky hands because I have like a chronic pain issue, but two, this is where the detail comes from. So if you ever have like kids play with this or anything and they don't have like as dry as stone hands, it's going to rub off the details of these stickers or they're going to fray and get ruined. So it's essentially only good for sitting on a shelf when you put these things on. It's not a huge deal, but it's annoying to me. I never like when toys do this, and I will always complain about it. So I guess let's just get into building it, and I'm hoping to enjoy the rest. So we got together two of the minifigures, which are Gore and Thor. We're going to show those off better later on. And we got together both of the goats, so we're going to show those off too. But it's time to actually move on to the ship itself. So we're going to be building, it looks like the front of the ship, including the thing on the very front of it, which I forget what the name of that is, like when you have an ornament on the very front of the ship. So if you know the name of that, you can let me know in the comments down below. But let's just start building it. So we basically have the bow, I think, or the very front of the ship done, and it is really cool. We're going to be building more of it, a lot more, obviously. I will say one more time, and then I'll stop going on and on about this until I mention it inevitably again. The stickers suck. It is impossible to get them completely straight. I didn't even do this. Actually, Jill did. And it was just so impossible to get off that as soon as we got it off of the actual paper, it bent. So it's fine, but it's annoying and didn't need to be done. Especially because they did do exactly what I said. They printed the goat's face on here. So like this piece was printed. You know? So, I don't know. Anyways, we'll move on. We'll keep building it. It's a really fun set. I do love it so far, but I'm interested to see how big this actually is when we finish. That's what she said. So we've now got both of these done. We're gonna, I guess, we'll be able to make a full ship at some point here. But we're gonna move on and keep working on this one. It is really complex, but I think it's actually coming along really well, so we'll see. Kitty wanted to inspect the new pieces we were doing. What do you think? She now has no interest in them at all. But she did want to be in the review for a couple minutes. She came down here. So we're going to move on to our next part now that we're all stickered up. And let's see where we get. So we finally got the whole ship built. I actually had Jill do the rest of it. Next time I will do more of a, not time lapse, but I guess I don't know, more steps. Because I feel like I did a little bit too much of this at the beginning. And then it kind of hit a point where my back, which I hurt last week, was really hurting. And I was tired of sitting on the floor. So basically Jill finished it. But it actually does have a lot of cool features. Like, for example, it does open up and it does sort of have the cabin in it. One thing that you will notice is this isn't a massive set, so it really only has room for 1 or 2 minifigures max in there. It's not a big cabin. This is more for looks from the outside, I think. I'm surprised it even included the ability to open that up since it's so small. But it is really neat. It has Gore. It has, obviously, both Thors. It does have Valkyrie and Korg. And it's one of those things where it is very detailed, and we're going to show it off better in footage, you know, on the actual turntable. But I'm really happy with it. I just think overall, like I said before, the sticker stuff is really obnoxious. This set had a ton of them. Like, probably, I don't know, almost 24 of them, which you have to do randomly in the middle of the set. I know I bring it up a lot, but it's just something that annoys me, and they've shown that they don't need to do that. Like, with the goat's faces, for example, they showed they don't need to do stickers. And when you actually look, the goat faces look better and more detailed than the stickers where you can see that they're clearly put on. And I know that I'm complaining about a child's toy, but like, if we're being honest, this isn't a child's toy anymore. It's more of like a hobbyist thing for people of all ages to build with. Look at the pricing. I don't know of any kid swimming in cash who's gonna go buy, you know, like the $150 Minecraft Lego set. Or now there's a lot of sets approaching $200-300 or more. If you're looking at the bigger ones, there's collector's edition stuff.
And with this economy, parents can't afford to buy that.
Yeah, it's really kind of extended beyond a kid thing to like a novelty collector's thing. Even us, we only buy Legos a few times a year. I absolutely love the Thor that came with this set. It is based off of Love and Thunder, obviously, which is what this whole thing is based off of. But I really, really liked his look in that movie with the blue and the gold and kind of the flowing cape. They were able to do that very well. And I know that LEGO has been including double-sided heads for a while, but I thought the double-sided head on Thor was really neat because the one I decided to display was the lightning kind of coming out of his eyes and looking very menacing. I will say, too, that Stormbreaker was actually designed much more intricately and with a lot more imagination than I would have thought they would do. Being multiple pieces, I would have thought they would have done something kind of like Valkyrie's sword, where it's just a one-piece, very simple weapon. They actually have you build Stormbreaker, and it does end up looking pretty good. It's obviously a Lego, but it looks like it does in the movie. You know, a tree branch, obviously from Groot, and then the blade itself along with the back end. Korg looks really detailed as well. I love the custom head on him, how he looks very rocky and interesting, and he does have his club here as well. He is very detailed, and he does have his fur around his neck. Jane is really cool looking. I will say her helmet is a little bit doofy looking in terms of it obscuring like almost all of her face. I would say that obviously I'm critiquing a Lego figure, but I would have preferred it to show a little bit more of her face. It's just a little bit silly looking.
I wish the helmet was separate.
Yeah, it kind of covers up more of her than you would like to see, you know, where her character is very detailed, and the Mjolnir it comes with is cool, but it's just not as detailed as you'd think. Mjolnir also, I know I'm probably going to sound like the comic book guy here from Simpsons, but Mjolnir is also the same basic Mjolnir that we've kind of seen before look, instead of the shattered Mjolnir, which I thought was really cool and had a lot of personality.
I was surprised when they didn't have us build the Mjolnir. I kind of thought we were going to be able to build it with different cracked pieces, and then I was like, oh, that's a little disappointed.
And I didn't even expect to build Mjolnir. I just expected it to have a painted on decal or sticker or something showing that it was those cracked pieces reassembled with the lightning magic and things like that. And it doesn't even have that. It's just a basic Mjolnir hammer. We've seen this kind of thing before, so there's nothing special there, but Jane is cool. I think one of the ones that impressed me the most, even though it's probably the simplest, is Valkyrie, just because I don't have a Valkyrie at all. I've never had a Valkyrie minifigure, even though I know they've made them before. And I really like the way that they made her look here as well. I mean, she does have a very simple sword, but her outfit is very intricate and detailed, especially for a Lego figure. And she ends up looking really neat along with the entire ship.
And her hair is very uniquely made. I don't think they've made that mold before.
Yeah, it's very, even if they have, it's like very braided. And also looks very much like how Tessa Thompson's hair actually looks, but in Lego form. So I was kind of happy to see that these characters don't just not resemble the actors at all, even though I'm sure Lego probably doesn't have to pay for actor licenses or likeness licenses since they don't look enough like them, but you can see the general look kind of like with a Funko Pop. I will say that I really like Gore, and his sword is really neat, but again, it's just a very basic sword. I mean, there's not a lot to it. It's just a little longer and black, and Lego has made swords like this before, so I know it's a Lego, like I don't want to criticize it too much, but when you look at the actual price for it, I do wish that some of these pieces were a little more unique, kind of like what we said about that Mjolnir. Gore's outfit itself is neat, but he almost looks a little bit more like a mummy than he does look like the Christian Bale Gore that we got to see in the movie.
I wish they gave him his cloak.
Yeah, he's fun, but I think for me personally, I might actually try and go out and buy a... Now, normally if I said I'm going out to buy a white hood, especially in today's day and age, this would not be a good thing.
But his hood was gray.
But I think, well, the kind of whitish gray hood that he wears in the movie, I would like to buy like a Lego version of that for him with sort of a cape so that it actually flows together better. As is, he kind of just looks like a generic nobody from the back, and from the front, he has a cool head, and I like the gray skin and everything, but he just looks like a mummy. If you took the sword away, he actually would stand by my Scooby-Doo mummy, and he would literally look like a underling to that dude. Like, he'd look like his buddy helping him out in that Scooby-Doo episode. For both Jill and I, he was one of our favorite parts of the movie, was Gore, and actually seeing his story and details, so... but I am really happy with this one. It's going to go downstairs on my shelving unit that I've been working on a lot, and I'm proud of it. It looks really cool. I enjoyed this movie, like I've said before, and I enjoyed building this as well. So, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content. Let us know what you think. Did you buy this set? Did you not? What are your thoughts on it? What's your favorite MCU or Marvel set? I'd be interested in hearing that. There's a random hair here that I finally just saw sitting on this, which is one of the hazards of building this on the floor. But let me know what you think down below. What are some of your favorite Lego sets? I'd love to see them. And are there any other Lego sets you'd want to see reviewed on this channel? Keep in mind, we don't have lots of money, so you probably won't see like the Lego Death Star or the ultimate Lego collectible ones because they're insane. But we have fun when we do Legos. So have a fantastic day. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let us know what you think down there. And check out all of the stuff in the description, including my wife Jill's Etsy shop, Enchanted Glamor, where she makes stuff of all ages that goes to help support the channel. Very beautiful stuff down there. We also have a thriving Discord community, and of course all the other social media. Our secondary channel, Degenerate Plays, where we play games, and we're going to be playing a Lego game near future. I don't know when yet, but we will. So it's all there. Have a fantastic day. As always, everyone, stay shway.